Let's have a look at how Logical Office can help us with marketing. We obviously have a list of clients already on file, but when we want to bring in something from Company's House, we just click on the C icon at the top, we type in the name that we're searching for, and we decide to add the name of the company here by clicking on it. We can see who the directors are, and we can see other information. To add the director and the company to Logical Office, just hit the plus. You'll see a complete sign come up. You can also go straight from here to Company's House if you want to do further checks without searching. It's immediately linked. So now that we've got the company on board Logical Office, we can add a bit more information that's not available from Company's House, like the email address and a mobile phone number and a put on a role of main contact. You can make up your own roles, have any number of roles you like, don't have to use them. And now we've got someone we can communicate with. So what we might want to do now is send a proposal to the client and discuss things with them. The easy way to do a proposal is to add an event type called proposal. Event type for a limited company in this case, which will, if we run the workflows, prepare our standard pricing as if they were the perfect client. Of course, every client will be different, so we can click on this, choose this icon here to go in and modify the screens, and we can indicate what type of books they're using, what their turnover is, book quality of the books, the number of employees that they have, the type of frequency of payroll, whether they do fixed or variable payrolls and so on. Save that screen. If we want to do a quote, an itemized quote, we can tick these boxes. Save the nearest save button so that we keep the information that we've just entered. The next tab along allows us to do things like change prices for things like quarterly VAT, turn off things like P11Ds, and maybe the pricing of bookkeeping if we don't want. So these items are either charged annually, quarterly, monthly as you price them. We're not going to have self-assessments here, but we will have a monthly payroll, and we'll have a base price of 150 on the monthly payroll. And again, save those items as you go. There are 12 standard descriptions and 3 variable. The first of the variable ones that are user definable, a take on service. You can see on the next screen 0 take up service at line 13 here. That can correspond to service 1. When you're happy, run the workflows and it will not only recalculate all the totals and update the prices screen, but it will write the document from a standard template on the system. It will kind of shuffle all the lines up so you don't get too many blank spaces between the lines. And there's our document fully done in a couple of seconds. We can then move because it's shuffled things up, we can hit the backspace button there and just bring it back to a better looking layout. Of course, you can have a template with pages before and after this page, and this would just be part of a larger document that's prepared. How do we send that to the client? Very simple. We choose this little icon here, which is create a new email attaching the currently selected items. Choose a recent template, sales quotation attached. If we want to change the attachment names from Richard Vale's, not very good attachment names, so we'll change it to sales quotation. And it's as simple as that. Hit the save button. That will produce the email. Now we're working at the proposal stage here. Obviously we want the customer to sign up, so we may want to give them a call to discuss the proposal, or we may want to schedule an action. If we give them a telephone call here, we can make a little note: confirmed receipt of proposal, and we decided to agree on a callback in a week's time to discuss it. So I'll schedule a callback in 7 days and hit the save button. In fact, schedule a callback at 1300 hours in 7 days with a pop-up reminder 10 minutes before so I don't forget. And that's now in my action list. I don't have to remember. You see it's dated and timed. And it's as simple as that. Again, before the meeting, I may wish to send them a text message, or before the next call or a meeting, whatever. And you can also choose a template. Just have your template set up, welcome SMS, choose it, type in any kind of message you want, and then send it off to the mobile phone. So it's basically as simple as that. If you want to write a letter, you can also do the same thing there, which in this case is click on the plus, choose the letter, maybe management account sales letter. Just one mouse click does it. This is what we call a speed template. You don't have to do anything other than that, and it's already written a letter. In all cases, you can clearly modify these items before you send them. You don't have to keep with the standard. It just gets you to the output quicker. Now, hopefully the customer will say, yes, I want to come on board. So all we have to do is go into our proposal, change the status to on board, hit save and run workflows. What you see is it's actually created all the jobs for me. I don't have to do that. They're all on file now, and I can add my own other files or filing headings such as correspondence or HMRC and so on. So I'll add a correspondence file now, and anything I do I can put into any one of these different files. Now, if I want to move something from one file to another, all I have to do is click on it and actually pull it over and drop it into the other file. And it's now in the correspondence file, and there's everything else in my proposal file. So very easy to use. If you want to add mailing categories to the file, just click on the icon, choose your standard mailing categories, which are already set up with whatever functions you want there. Now that then comes out every time you look it up. If you want to create a new one, just type it into this box and hit the plus. Same thing for relationships here. You might want to note this person is a fan of football or cycling or chess or horse riding. You can just save it there, and then that's on file for targeted mail shots later on. If you want to put notes and warnings on, just click on the spanner here and then put a little note. Warnings are more interesting. I usually say don't call on Mondays because sometimes people don't want you to call on specific days. So we'll put that in. And whenever you access this record again, you'll see don't call on Mondays. In our action list now, we've got a scheduled call for Disney Place House Limited here. And what will happen is that will turn blue. We'll click on it. When it's ready to call, we'll come in and an actual pop-up reminder will pop up before then to remind us exactly when to call.